And Danny, you're very familiar with my gaming abilities. If we play any retro games, okay, let me back up. Retro games as in Super Nintendo or Nintendo, like the originals. I am awful. I love those games so much, but I am just dreadfully terrible. Self-proclaimed 8-bit nightmare, absolutely. But when it comes to Pokemon, for some reason, I mean, maybe it's the lack of jumping, because I seem to have quite a knack for the jumping button, and that tends to get me in trouble. So, yeah. All right, we'll go ahead and get this going here. So it was a pretty close race on social media for both Pokemon Fire Red and Pokemon Silver. Pokemon Fire Red just barely. It took 3 different polls to get them to not tie. It was insane. But ended up winning 43 to... Anyway, I don't remember the numbers. But eventually it got the majority, and here we are. I hope you guys can see my screen. Let me just double check on that. Yes. Okay, perfect. All right. I will go ahead and open up Pokemon Fire Red. And if it blows you out of there, it's too loud or something, just let me know. It's always loud in my headset. Thankfully, I'm able to adjust that separately from y'all's volume, I think. So, if it messes with y'all's volume, just tell me. I do have the frame rate count here at 60 for the gaming, so that way hopefully it'll not cause any issues for anyone as far as bandwidth. But Fire Red is especially a special game for me. Mostly because Pokemon Red was my very first Pokemon game ever. Obviously, it wasn't anyone's, as long as you were in the States in 1998. But yeah, it's just nice to be able to play a remake of that and a reimagining of that. And honestly, I don't think that I've played it. Game's a little louder. Alright, I can fix that. That's an easy fix. Thank you for the heads up. Oh, yeah, I didn't fix the audio capture. Thank you very much, guys. See, you guys are the best. I've already got the best chat, and it's just now happening. Pretty cool. All right, this should fix everything. Okay, is this any better? Can everyone hear me okay? I'll wait for a response in the chat, make sure that you guys can hear me all right before I get going. Can everyone hear me okay? Is this a better voice to game volume ratio? The delay between me talking and you guys getting the information, turn the game down just a smidge more, can do. Alright. Like I said, first stream, gotta work out all these kinks. There's always something. And then every video game has a different audio level, so it's always something. Hey, hey, Hog, what's up? I think I know who that is. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Wow, 10 viewers. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your night to be here. Means just the world that you're here and hanging out with me. So for me, and I don't know how much of this was caught, because apparently the game volume was just too loud. We'll just check out something real quick here. I'm getting some other feedback that it is a little too loud still. Let me just drop it just a little bit more and see if that helps. Okay, okay, if this doesn't do it, this should do it. Okay. How is this? Can everyone hear me okay? Is this better? Can you hear me better over the music? Perfect. All right, sweet. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So now that I know that I was being absolutely drowned out by this game, this game is specifically like very special to me. Mostly because my very first Pokemon game ever was Pokemon Red, as it was for most that got into the series early on. But the fact that this was the very first one released in America, as well as really my first step, I think I was maybe 8 years old. No, a little younger than 7 or 8, somewhere in there when I got this game, and it's just nice to be able to play this in a remake. I don't think that I've played this remake since the first time that I played it through, which is odd because I go back and play my favorite games all over and over again, and somehow this one just kept getting missed. So it naturally was a great pick for this one, as well as Pokemon Silver. That one I have played through a couple times, but it still stands the test of time for me. Is one of my favorites. If there were like one video game that you could specifically point out and say, hey, this was my turning point, this is what made me interested in gaming, if you could drop that in the chat for me, I'd love to learn a little bit more about you. But we'll go ahead and get this game started so you guys can stop having to listen to that music and we can change it up a little bit. Whoops. I opened the wrong one. I opened my previous file where I played around. Okay. Core favorites. All right, there we go. Now to start a new game. Super Mario Bros. And Pac-Man. Awesome. Very cool, very cool. Man, yeah. Super Mario Bros. Danny, that doesn't surprise me at all. She can play me under the table at that. It is absolutely embarrassing. Like, seriously, anytime we do... Oh my gosh, if I don't quit doing that, I need to pay more attention, clearly. But seriously, though, if we're going to do any Super Mario streams, it's going to have to be Danny on here so I don't make a dang fool of myself. It's just the worst. And I promise you, she'll probably vouch for me in this. It's not a pretty sight. It really isn't. All right, there we go. New game. We'll go ahead and skip through this part here because that is directions. We don't need that. I've always wondered what I would do here. I'm going to go ahead and read it. In the world which you are about to enter, you will embark on a grand adventure with you as the hero. Speak to people and check things wherever you go, be it towns, roads, or caves. Gather information and hints from every source. New paths will open to you by helping people in need, overcoming challenges, and solving mysteries, and at times you'll be challenged by others and attacked by wild creatures. Be brave and keep pushing on. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Danny. You nailed it. Side scrollers are not my strength. Not at all. Neither is first-person shooters. Honestly, it's like strategy games, survival games. I do enjoy horror games, oddly enough. Somehow I'm able to do okay in those. Through your adventure, we hope that you'll interact with all sorts of people and achieve personal growth. That is our biggest objective. Press the A button and let your adventure begin. Hello there, glad to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. Honestly, I think I could probably recite this without the text. It's inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. Hey, Hog. Oh, we got Hog Paw and Hog Maw. Awesome, welcome in. Now I know for sure who you guys are. But first, tell me a little bit about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or are you a girl? I am a boy. Let's begin with your name. What is it? So I will just go ahead and name this Toki. But while we're talking about naming, I have an interesting proposition. So each time it comes to nicknaming a Pokemon that we just caught or added to the party, including the starter, by the way, which I have another plan for that as well. I'm going to guess a number between 1 and 100 for each one, including the starter. Or, well, never mind. We'll just talk about the starters in a minute. But for the names, I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 100. Each time we catch a new Pokemon, I will wait for everyone to get their numbers in, and then whoever is closest to that number will get to pick the nickname for that Pokemon. Please keep it somewhat decently rated, just in case we have some little ears here, or little eyes, I guess, in this case. But yeah, we'll try to keep it as polite as possible. Sure, why not? Toru. That's a funny name. Funny as in interesting because, okay, so most of you know, but when I competed in powerlifting, I went to the Junior World Championships, and my primary competition was a gentleman from Japan named Toru. So, how appropriate that I get to name my rival Toru. I hope he's doing all right out there. That's right, I remember him now. His name is Toru. Toki, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. Alright, so whoever guesses that number closest to the number that I picked between 1 and 100 will get to nickname the Pokemon. Now for the starter, what I'm going to do is there will be, obviously from left to right, the Pokeballs will be lined up. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to want you guys to drop your answers into the chat, which one you want me to pick. Either 1, 2, or 3 from left to right. And we'll go from there. In fact, to make the stakes a little bit higher, we're actually going to not look and see which one they are. So if you remember from memory, good for you. If not, it's going to be a guessing game, and we're going to have some fun with it. So once we get to that section, I'll go over the rules here again, just to kind of set up some stakes and have a little extra fun with this. All boys leave home someday. It said so on the TV. Oh yes, Professor Oak is next door, was looking for you. Man, the nostalgia from this game. If you could go back and play any video game for the first time again, like if there was like an impactful video game and you could play it for the first time again, what would that be? For me, I would have to say it would be, so it's a odd game to mention, but Soma. It's a PC game, PC horror game, and basically the whole premise is it talks about like determining what is life and what isn't when it comes to like AI and technology, and determining if consciousness can be transferred. It's a wild ride, but the sci-fi nature of that just hooked me. Like instantly, I was obsessed with that game, and I wanted to play it until I finished it. But that's probably one game that I would play for the first time over it, with a very close second being the very first Pokemon Red, because that headspace is just awesome. Okay, wait, don't go out. It's unsafe while Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know, here, come with me. Do we have any people that are new to Pokemon that haven't played any of the original games? Or just maybe have played Pokemon but haven't played Pokemon Red before? If so, drop that in the chat. I'm interested to know. Toru, let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Toki. And if I read something... Oh, you haven't. Dranium? Okay. Does Pong count? Yes, Pong counts. Absolutely. If you want to play that over again, that counts. There are 3 Pokemon here. The Pokemon are held inside these Pokeballs. Oh, you watch your nephews play. Okay, that makes sense. That's cool. Yeah, Pokemon is one of those games that's kind of... now that us millennials are getting older, it's one of those games that, like, since the series has so much longevity already, it's been, honestly, one of the games that so many generations now are going to be able to connect over. 3-year-old son, for example, Pokemon cards everywhere. Pokemon plushes everywhere. They're behind me on his couch. But yeah, it's a blast. Let's see. But now in my old age, I only have these 3 left. You can have one. Go on, choose. Toru says, "Hey, Gramps, no fair. What about me?" And Professor Oak says, "Be patient, Toru. You can have one too." All right. So now we come to the first little game that I had planned for us. So we have, let me use a controller to show this. All right, so we have Pokeball 1, Pokeball 2, and Pokeball 3. What I want you guys to do is to drop into the chat either a number 1, a number 2, or a number 3. If you happen to know the Pokemon already, awesome, because then you'll get to know what you're picking. But otherwise, we're just going to have a good time with this and just see what happens, because I know my favorite is Charmander. So if we end up with that one, I would be excited. The first gym is typically pretty hard with Charmander. But yeah, all right, so we got a 2. Let's see, how many people do we have in here right now? We have 6 viewers currently. We've got a 2 in the chat. Do we have any 1s, 3s, or another 2 perhaps? Admittedly, one that I hardly ever played with, that was Bulbasaur. I'm gonna sit here and wait. All right, we got a 3, 2 and a 3. Now we're split. If we get a 1, then we're really split, and then I'll just count the next one as our go-to. So I guess the first one to get 2. I'm going to walk circles until I have answers. Still sitting at 2 and 3. Yep. Gonna be sitting this one out. Just gonna sit in the rain, this little toad, until we get our third response. If we don't get enough, I will go ahead and just pick. I'll give it another, let's see, it's 10:01. I'll give it till 10:03. I can babble that long. Trust me, I'm good at it. I talk to myself all the time. Okay, we have a 2 and a 3. Okay, can we do a coin toss? That's a good idea. All right, so we have a vote for 2 and we have a vote for 3. If I don't get a vote here in the next couple seconds, what I can do is I can actually do a coin toss between 2 and 3, and I'll just put it on screen. So that'll work too. Good call. That's a good idea. I know as a small streamer we can't exactly rely on numbers yet, but I figured we'd give it a shot. Okay, we give it 15 more seconds. If I don't have a number between 1 and 3 in the chat, preferably a 2 or 3 so we can get this thing picked. I am going to change these lights from white. I notice it's kind of washing me out a little bit, and I'm not a fan. So while we wait for a couple more minutes here, I'm white enough. I don't need any help. Okay, let's see. Go. Let's get some purple. Two and 2. All right, there we go. So 2 is the winner. It finally got painful enough, and we're gonna go ahead and move forward with 2. It is Squirtle. This will be my second playthrough with Squirtle. Not on Fire Red, but the original Red. You know what I mean. Tell you what, first I want to drop a name in the chat is what we're going to name this Squirtle, so you guys get to it. If not, and after, I don't know, maybe at 10:05, maybe a little after, I'll go ahead and just go ahead with Squirtle, and we'll worry about naming things, funny things later on. Tinkershell. Alright, Tinkershell it is. First answer. Ah, Geranium, this is a perfect starter for you, isn't it? It would be a turtle. I can only fit one L, I hope that'll do. Tinkershell it is. Of course, the rival always picks the Pokemon that has a stronger type to you. For those of you playing, watching this playthrough for the first time. Alright, here we go. I've been thinking of ways to make the battles more interesting other than just me grinding through a battle. If you guys have any ideas or something, yeah, let me know. I'll go ahead and read this since we do have people that are unfamiliar with Pokemon. A Pokemon battle is when trainers pit their Pokemon against each other. The trainer that makes the other trainer's Pokemon faint by lowering their HP to 0 wins. But rather than talking about it, you'll learn about it from experience. Try battling and see for yourself. So with this, there are two different types of Pokemon moves. Ones that are, well, there's several different types, but anyway, just to dumb it down for this, there are moves that do physical damage and those that impact like a status. We'll just go ahead and, obviously for this one, it's all physical with these young Pokemon at level 5, so we will do our best to take this one down. Oak, inflicting damage on the foe is the key to winning these battles. And we'll use Tackle again. As you can tell, we do not have anything to choose from right now. There actually are 4 spots here. Eventually we will have 4 and only 4 at one time. Different moves that we can choose from. So cool that people are getting their first, not first Pokemon experience, but one of the few Pokemon experiences here, so this is pretty cool to get to share this live. Alright, it looks like this is going to do it for us. We'll take out Bulbasaur, and Tinkershell has won his first victory. As you can tell, right behind Tinkershell, the status symbol there is either a male or female, and this one is a male, so we do have a male Tinkershell. And Tinkershell is now level 6. What? Unbelievable. I picked the wrong Pokemon. So he got $80 for winning, or 80 Pokecash, I guess. Oak says, excellent. If you win, you earn prize money, and your Pokemon will grow. Battle other trainers and make your Pokemon strong. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon battle to toughen it up. Toki, Gramps, smell you later. Gotta love the 90s lingo in here. Just love it. Alright, and with that, we actually begin our Pokemon journey. So at this point now, so just because it's habit and what I used to do every playthrough, you always go to Mom's house and you always tell Mom goodbye. So we're gonna go tell Mom goodbye. Toki, you should take a quick rest. Oh good. You and your Pokemon are looking great. Take care. You know what? I couldn't remember which game series they started, or like which generation it was they started on, but there used to be a potion in the PC. Let me just look. Ah, there is. Okay, it was in the first gen. Alright. So, go ahead and move out of here, and we'll get started on our journey. I don't think I've asked yet. How are, like, this, is the screen choppy or anything? Are we experiencing any lag? Or does everything look pretty smooth on y'all's end? Look, I copied what it said on one of those trainer tip signs. Trainer tips, press start to open the menu. Easy enough. We'll go ahead and save. Would you like to save the game? Yes. Warning, there is a different game file that's already saved. If you save now, the other file's adventure, including items and Pokemon, will entirely be lost. Are you sure you want to save that and overwrite? Yes. I think I accidentally hit no, so sorry. Here we go again. Awesome. Okay, everything's smooth. That is good to hear. Thank you guys so much for confirming. Ash and Danny. Again, I just wanted to take just a second to say thank you guys so much for coming out tonight, hanging out on here with me. I really, really appreciate it. Kind of been a dream of mine to do this for a long time. I've had all the gear and just never the courage nor the push to do it, and both just kind of happened fortuitously at the same time. So here we go. Alright, first Pokemon battle in the wild. It is a Rattata. And here's where I don't know about you guys, but I know Danny and Ash, both of you have played Pokemon, obviously. So whenever I'm in like the middle of a story, like I know that there's something coming up next and I need to do it. So especially on playthroughs like this, I'm horrible, and I just want to like bypass all the wild Pokemon, and then I get to the gym and I'm like, oh crud, and then I go back and have to grind. I don't know if that's just me or if it's just a thing. What do you guys do? Because every time I hit this, yeah, I hit that point and I'm like, okay, let me just sprint through the next town and then I'll figure it out from there. So, fun fact here, Geranium, I know that you don't play much of this. The leaves that I'm currently in right now, those are the only place you can come in contact with Pokemon other than like a cave or something like that. But as long as you're on a path, the Pokemon don't jump out at you. Very old school RPG style. And now we are in Viridian City. Go to the Pokemon Center. Actually, I don't even think that we've taken any damage. Yeah, just a little bit. We'll go ahead and heal. We're here, so why not? Sit down and take all the Pokemon and forget the rest of the journey. Oh, take down all the Pokemon and forget the rest of the journey. That I could see that. I could see that. Danny, when I let you... okay, so Danny, when I let you borrow those Pokemon games, that's how you would play? Because if so, that is awesome. Because I know that I gave them to you to play, and you said you enjoyed playing them and whatnot. But yeah, I guess I never got feedback on what exactly, or how exactly you were doing with, or how exactly you were playing it through. I guess I never took that time to talk about it, so it's cool to know that now. Somehow, I think my white balance on my camera is like way off, because I am just like blindingly white. I am taking just a second here to adjust it because it's really bugging me. So if you need to take a potty break, go ahead and do so. I'm going to fix this. It'll take me just a second because it's really bugging me. Actually, it doesn't look like I have access to that setting in the middle of streaming, so we're gonna have to just roll with it for now. I think. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I think I can do something with it. Because that brightness is just... there we go. Okay, so the brightness was just killing me. Absolutely killing me. Hopefully that looks better. Okay. Oh yeah, that feels so much better. Never got past the first few towns because I just kept taking the sides down. Oh gosh, that sounds so much like you. And now I'm back to being bright again, I think. Let me see. Oh, I see. I see. This game's just really bright. I'm going to give it one more adjustment. And if not, then, well, I'm just going to have to deal with it. That doesn't work. Oh, well, I guess it would help if I applied the setting rather than just setting it and then exiting out. I'm going to make it just a little bit darker than I typically would, because then I'm going to turn that white back on and it's going to just blow me out again. So there we go. We'll apply that. And now this should be better. Yo, what's up, Wolf? Excited to see you in. It's going well, man. I can't complain. How about you? Thanks for popping in. Did you have a good Thursday? Okay. So this is where we're going to pick up a parcel, take it to Professor Oak, and in return we'll get something a little fun. So Wolf, just to kind of catch you up, we do have someone who has not played Pokemon Red. So I'm kind of doing a little bit of an extra touch here, reading through everything and making sure that everything's kind of explained. Let's see, I'm doing good. Regular playthrough, does it got some randomness to it? All right, we do have a little bit of randomness. I'll take a second to explain. So whenever we do catch a Pokemon, I'm going to give chat the opportunity to name it. I didn't really, like, obviously, as, you know, not a partner or an affiliate yet, so I don't have any way of getting, like, channel points or anything like that to do that. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to guess a number every time we catch a Pokemon between 1 and 100. And you guys, as soon as we catch one, feel free to flood the chat with whatever number you guess. And the person who either gets it or guesses the closest to it is going to be the one to name the Pokemon. We'll try to keep it as PG-13 rated as we can, but yeah, I'm kind of at the mercy of what you guys type in there. So obviously within Twitch terms of service, so. Hey. Uh-oh. What's up, Teeth and chat? Oh my goodness. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for rating. Looks like it brought us up to 15 viewers. How are you guys doing tonight? You guys have a good stream, Teeth? Y'all are killing me with the emojis. I love it. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you sticking around, hanging out with Teeth tonight, and then also coming in here to support on my first stream. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. My name is Toki Shadow. You can call me Jordan. To give you a little background on me, there's a lot of you that may not know who I am yet, so my name is Jordan. Me and my wife, Danny, own a nerd culture clothing brand called It's a Nerd Venture, and this stream is a way for us to kind of develop a community. We want to really get in touch with those that we've befriended on social media, and we wanted to have another avenue to do that, so that is kind of why we're here. You guys are awesome. I'm froze, I'm lagging. Uh-oh, Teeth, that sucks. Well, Teeth, don't worry, man. You pop in as you can or as you're able to, and we'll catch you up on whatever happens. I'll shoot you a message if you miss something. Wolf, I agree. Yeah, I've never been one much for playing like an emulator, like not an emulator, but like a mod or something like that. I prefer playing the original games as they were intended. But I don't know, everyone has their own preference there. Raid! Yes, Dro, this is my first stream. And Angel, that's awesome. All the flames, love it. So, as you've seen here, this is my first stream. We are running through Pokemon Fire Red. It seems like I might have a couple more people in the chat now than I did a minute ago. Let me check. Okay, we're at 10. First stream, first raid. Yeah, let's go. Loving it. Okay, so Wolf, that was actually another thing that we did with the starter choice. So I told everyone to pick a number between 1 and 3 in the chat, and we just picked whichever one popped up the most, and 2 popped up the most, so therefore we left the Squirtle. Personally, I'm a Charmander guy, but Squirtle's a good close second. Right now we're just taking that parcel to Oak. Me too, me too. Toki, how is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. I mean, really all I did was walk to Viridian City. There's a whole song about it, though. What's that? You have something for me. Dang, Teeth. Well, dude, thank you so much for sticking out and hanging in here. I appreciate you, man. And again, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you guys for hanging around and sticking in here. I really appreciate it. Again, this is my first stream and just excited to be on here and have you guys join us tonight. I had it on. Okay, let me back up here. So for those of you that are new here, I am playing. There are people in the chat that have not played Pokemon before. So I'm slowing it down a little bit. I am reading a lot of this and adding a little bit extra to it. So yeah, here we go. I had it on order, thank you. And of course, Toru's back. We went ahead and named the rival Toru. Funny story there. But yeah. Major W. Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely. You guys are just the best. Seriously. I can't say how much I appreciate you guys without yeah, just being over the top. But seriously, thank you guys so much for joining. Would really appreciate a follow. Come back, hang out with us a little bit, play some Pokemon Red. I do a little bit of everything. Variety streamer is the plan. Obviously, this is my first stream, so we'll just kind of see where the community goes and the community takes us. Thank you, Ash. Appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. Daddy Stingray, hey. And Angel, hey. Man, it is so great to see you guys all in here. Just the best, seriously. I love hanging out with you guys in Teeth's chat, and now it's really surreal to have you guys in here. Alright, I have a reminder for you. On the desk, there is my invention, the Pokédex. How's my day been? Awesome. It is Thursday, almost Friday. I really can't complain. How about yours? It automatically records data on Pokemon that you've seen or caught. It's high-tech encyclopedia. Toki and Toru, take these with you. Toki received the Pokédex from Professor Oak. You can't get detailed data on Pokemon. Sorry, I have my phone monitoring chat like right in front of the letter by just seeing them. You must catch them to obtain complete data. So here are some tools for catching wild Pokemon. Toki received 5 Pokeballs. You know, honestly, I forgot they give you Pokeballs in Pokemon Red. So it's pretty sweet. I think that's a newer Pokemon game thing too, so they do that often, but I just forgot it went back this far. When a wild Pokemon appears, it's fair game. Just throw a Pokeball at it and try to catch it. This won't always work, however. A healthy Pokemon can escape. You have to be lucky. To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in this world, that was my dream, but I'm too old. I can't get the job done, so I want you two to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps. Leave it all to me. Toki, I hate to say it, but you won't be necessary for this. I know. I'll borrow a town map from my sis. Hint, hint. That is our next task. I'll tell her not to lend you one, Toki. Don't bother coming around to my place after this. They couldn't have laid that out more clear, could they? Awesome, awesome. Get ready to get tomorrow's work day over with so I can kick this weekend off. Awesome. You planning on any games or anything going on this weekend in particular, or just a relaxing weekend? Because, man, that would be nice too. So, what you got going on? So now that we do have a few more people in here, and it seems like it's kind of slowed down as far as like stabilizing. We're at 12 viewers now. Ooh, Dead Space 3 and sleeping. Very nice. So The one thing that that I haven't mentioned yet, or I've mentioned it, and I don't know who's been in and out since then. Every time we do catch a Pokemon, the nickname is up for grabs in the chat. So as soon as I catch one, I'm going to basically pick a number between 1 and 100, and you guys in chat just flood me with answers. I'll try to find the best one. I've got the chat right in front of me here. I'm able to kind of monitor it. But whoever gets the closest, and then if there's like a duplicate or something, whoever got it first, then that person will get to nickname the Pokemon. We'll try to keep it as clean and friendly as possible, just in case we have little eyes. Although at this hour of the night, we probably don't. But yeah, that's kind of the plan here. We'll come up with more fun little things to do along the way. We'll go from there. All right, back to this. Gee, that's lazy of him. Here, this will help you. Who's my favorite Pokemon? Awesome. Yeah, so Sylveon is my favorite. It's funny. I don't know that I could ever tell you why. But it would be between Sylveon and Chandelure. It's just something about those two. How about you, man? All right, so we got a town map. Test this thing out. If I can remember the dang buttons. All right, so for those of you that have not played yet, this is our area map. Each of these are cities and locations that we'll have to go through. Each of them have gyms, pretty much, for the most part, and then different wild Pokemon in different areas, so you get a variety of different Pokemon on your playthrough. Those are bangers. Favorite is Flygon. Nice. That is a good one. It's funny. My 3-year-old really likes Flygon. He has this. It's a book. It's How to Be a Friend Like Pikachu or something. I can't remember the exact title, but every time we say Flygon, he always repeats it. He loves that book. Oh, Blastoise or Umbreon. You know what? All right, I've got 2 answers there. Why don't we all drop our favorites in the chat? I know a couple of you already have. You can, again, if you want to, because that was one of the first things that we opened up with when we had like a couple people in here. But yeah, just drop them in the chat. I'll read through them. Blastoise or Umbreon. Umbreon is sick. Blastoise, also a good choice. Back whenever I was first doing my playthrough through Pokemon Red, like way back, like 8 years old back. Yeah, my favorites were the Psychic types and Ghost types. Obviously, I had a soft spot for Charmander. That was my original starter, but anything underneath that would have to have been a Psychic or Ghost type. Honestly, it's been so long since I've played through a Pokemon Red, either the Fire Red nor the regular original Red, that I don't remember what Pokemon spawn where or anything anymore. So this will be kind of like a fresh playthrough, about as close as you can get to playing it again for the first time. So that'll be fun. And finally, we have our first water move, Bubble. So we actually get to use the type advantage against the first gym, which is a rock type gym in Pallet Town. So obviously we know that the town north of us is Viridian City, and we'll be heading right on through there to Pallet Town through the Viridian Forest. Okay, Pidgey. So this is actually one that I would like to catch. So chat, let's go ahead and get ready to throw those numbers in there, 1 to 100. In fact, I will write it down so that way you guys know there's no funny business on my end. As soon as I can find it. Pen. Dry erase works, right? We can do dry erase. Alright, I'm not going to look at the chat in case anyone's dropped a number in there already. I'll write my number down. Okay. Alright, now if I don't catch this, you guys are going to have to sift through numbers that you typed in there for no reason, so I'll do my best not to mess this up. Oh lord, okay. You know what, we're just gonna play this safe. I do not, absolutely do not want to start this off with a feint between Pallet Town and Viridian City. Not a good way to start your first stream. Alright, that's a little bit more comfortable. Alright, we'll go ahead and throw that first Pokeball. Ooh, Typhlosion. Yes, yes, I love Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil was my start. I'm obviously a fire starter kind of guy. And it looks like we caught Pidgey, so I'm going to need to get that number out in a second. Charizard, Gyarados, Gengar, Nidoking, Dragonite, and number 65. Heck yes, that is a heck of a lineup, man. All Gen 1, too. I actually, our clothing brand, It's a Nerd Adventure, has a shirt kind of... I put it away for the next Pokemon Day, but it's a Gen 1er shirt, so Teeth, you may, you may like that. Alright, so we got Pidgey. Tiny Pokemon does not like to fight, it hides in tall grass and so on. Then why did it pick a fight with me? That's my question. Foraging for food, such as small bugs. Lapras Surf Club, yes, yes, you notice. Okay, yeah, I love that. Even the Pallet Town reference, dude. As much as I love all the generations of Pokemon, Gen 1 it's just gonna always have a soft spot for me. Oh yeah, absolutely. 6 slot has to be an HM slave, unfortunately. In the old generations anyway. Yep. Nice. Alright, so it is time to do the nickname. Let's go ahead and see those numbers. I'm gonna scroll through here, just get a brief look at what we got here. So we've got 30, 52, 38, and 65. Alright, I already know the winner. I'm gonna give you guys like 1 more minute to get in your answers. Keeping in mind that there is a delay here, so I'm gonna give you guys a little bit longer than a minute by the time you see this. Any more numbers? And I will show you guys mine. If you show me your number, I will show you mine. Alright, I think we are paused here on numbers, so the number is... Oh, more messages. Okay, no, sorry, that was just me scrolling. There we go. Alright, so the number was 29. So, it looks like Daddy Stingray. The naming is all yours. What do you want to name Pidgey? Blue it is. Was blue your first Pokemon game? Or just your favorite color? Oh, blue. Awesome. Alright. Well, now we have our first Pokemon. You my boy Blue. My boy Blair. Teeth, that's a lot of fun to read the way you wrote it, though. Favorite color is pink. I was just thinking old blue. I like it. I like it. It's gonna suit our lineup well. Thank you so much for the great name. We will keep this truck heading on north. But first, heal because a freaking Pidgey almost took me out. I don't even want to talk about that anymore. Let's just keep moving on. My boy Blue. Alright, so we went ahead and healed. Let's go ahead and get trucking. Grandma needs to head to bed. I'll catch you on the flip side. Have a good night, Geranium. Thank you again so much for popping by. Really appreciate you hanging out, and have a good night's sleep. Let's see. I always struggle with, like, wouldn't have almost took it. I know, man. I know. Okay, so I'm a Charmander guy too. So Teeth, I'm right there with you. But, you know. Daddy Stinger, that's awesome. Alright, let's see. So Geranium was our only one so far, I think, that hadn't played through a Pokemon game, unless someone that has joined now hasn't played through one. So we'll stop doing all the tutorials and all the talking and all that, and we'll just play. But yeah, well, we'll go on through it here. We'll let this old man do what he does, even though we've already caught one. Like, why didn't he ask first? How rude. Old man used Pokeball. I just said I'm not going to talk through this, but here I am talking through it. It is what it is. Yep. Yep. This is what happens when you let chat choose. Just kidding. Usually ends up being a lot more fun that way. You ever seen a bad Charmeleon card? No, I don't think I have. But my wife, who's also in the chat, you'll see her as Danny. Her favorite Pokemon is Charmeleon, so... Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I thought it was like a specific card. I was like, man, I missed that entirely. I haven't seen that. But I mean, I haven't seen like the last set or two, so I knew for a fact how I'd missed something. But yeah, you're right. There hasn't been a bad Charmeleon card. Or Charmander or Charizard card. It really, well, I don't know. Yeah, there really hasn't been. Alright, on we go. Let's see if I can remember all the tricks, because it's been so dang long since I've played Pokemon Red or Fire Red. I was actually telling chat before the raid happened that, and by the way, again, thank you guys so much for sticking around and hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys, and I know Teeth appreciates you too, hanging out in his stream. Teeth, super appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for sending everyone my way. But yeah, follow and we'll keep this thing going. But Pokemon Red has a special spot for me. It's just one of my favorite games looking back. It was my very first Pokemon game. I was like 7 or 8 when it came out, and just something special about it. But now, playing it again, most Pokemon games I play through multiple times. Fire Red was one of those that for some reason I never did, and I don't know why. So that was it was on the social media pages as one of those options. So if you want to follow me on socials, I am at Instagram on at TokiStream. Sorry, at TokiStreamer, TokiStreamer. And then also our nerd culture clothing brand, It's a Nerdventure, is at It's a Nerdventure. ITSANERDVENTURE. You can follow us both places and probably catch most stream updates there. Let's see, lately been thinking about Charmeleon might have some of the coolest cards. I would have to agree with you. I've seen a lot of cool ones. Now let's see if I can remember the trick here, because I know that there's a particular path that will allow you to just kind of skate through, and as I mentioned earlier, I am all about like skipping as much as I can to get to the next task, and then figuring out the leveling up afterwards, because I totally am a procrastinator, and yeah, I need no help in that department. We'll go ahead and use Bubble. String Shot. We'll try Physical Attack. I don't know why, but I remember thinking back on this, like playing this game back in the day. But I remember like thinking like, oh man, I'm grinding, and it was like the Viridian Forest, like literally right out of the first level, or first town. My, how things have changed. So what are y'all's favorite games? Mine would definitely have to be like strategy type games, some RPGs I do love. I love some horror games here and there. I am absolutely, and you guys can scroll back in the chat, but I am horrible at side scrollers. Absolutely horrible. Love them to death. Would play them all day. But I'm terrible. And my wife Janie will. See, this is what I get for not paying attention. But my wife Janie would tell you, I've earned my nickname, the 8-Bit Nightmare, for a reason. It's awful, I promise. And it looks like I just roped us into a battle. Good thing we have 2 Pokemon. because this person does. Alright. What do y'all think? Should we catch a Pokemon while in the Viridian Forest? Anyone remember if there's anything worth taking with us on our journey? Because I can't remember for the life of me what all spawns in this area. Those first couple kids in the start don't mess around. Oh no, not at all. My first game I ever played was Super Metroid. Favorite would have to be, Kingdom Hearts and Skyrim. Yes. Absolutely. Kingdom Hearts is just an amazing game. I mean, who knew that Disney and Square Enix, like, seriously, just amazing. Love it. And then Skyrim, I've played a little bit of Skyrim. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't played a whole lot. But I do, see, this is where I'm so bad. Werewolf Fix. I get it totally. So with with me in Skyrim, like if there's like an opportunity for like huge side quests, like for example, you look at a game like Fable, the original one that came out on Xbox 360. Yeah, I just wander. Grand Theft Auto 2 is a good example. I just wander and I just do random crap the whole time. The storyline never gets done, ever. I always get distracted. It's the ADD, I swear. Oh, that's right, Ash. I forgot that Pikachu can pop up in Viridian Forest. Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for it too. It's gonna be freaking cool to get to play that again. I haven't played since Fable 3. I don't think. Oh well, you know what? I don't think there's been any new ones. So out of the loop on that. But yeah, Pikachu can pop up. So we may do a little bit of wandering around, see if we can catch a Pikachu. Cause yeah, that's between Pikachu and Mimikyu, I think is probably our 3-year-old's absolute favorite. Yeah. So while I'm actually mentioning him, our 3-year-old, so there are going to be several streams where he's going to join me. If you actually look back at my VODs, you can see our first test stream. It was done basically with just like friends and family. I didn't really announce it on socials or anything, but it was me and our 3-year-old son, and he just loved exploring like all the different Halloween worlds and VR chat and stuff, and we're getting some help like adjusting audio levels and whatnot. It was a good time. So you can check that out if you are interested at all. You can play Skyrim forever. There's so much to do. Absolutely, yeah. See, that's my problem though. I could literally play it forever because I'd never get anything done, ever. Stream with my oldest daughter on Sundays. That is awesome. Wolf, great vibes first stream, hitting the hay. Dude, thank you so much again, Wolf, for stopping in. I appreciate you. Also appreciate you voting on that poll on social. Maybe we'll get around to Pokemon Silver, because I gotta play that on stream at some point. So thanks again for popping in, dude. I hope you have a good night, man. Alright, so we're at level 8 now with Tinkershell. Our first community named Pokemon that we had. We're gonna go ahead and not change out. He voted Silver. Yes, he did. Yeah, there was actually, man, I swear it was different people voting each time. Like seriously, like there was 2 people that were consistent and voted on every single one of them. Yeah, it was nuts. Teeth, you were one of them. One of the consistent ones. Thanks for dropping in there, man. Tell you what, these first few battles are so boring when you only have like 2 or 3 moves. Consistently fire red, dude, you never wavered. Gotta admire the consistency, my friend. This is pretty much the whole game through Viridian Forest. A, B. That's it. That note, I'll be heading out as well. Hope you have a wonderful stream. You're doing a good job. Awesome job. I dig the vibe. I would have voted gold. Can't blame me. Gold's awesome as well. Especially I think honestly the Pokemon choices are better in gold as far as like the regional specific ones. But yeah, Downy Stingray, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Feel free to drop a follow, drop back in here anytime you want to. It was an awesome time getting to speak with you, hang out with you guys. Those of you that do need to get off, I understand it's late, so, but yeah. Daddy Stingray, you have a good one, man. Alright, let's see. Alright, I think, now, I'm probably wrong, but if I remember right, I think if I go this way and back up and around, this is the shortcut that at least avoids some things. No problem at all. Already following, but I wish. Oh, that's right. I forgot. You've already followed me from T-Stream. Thank you so much again for the follow, and feel free to pop on by anytime. Glad to have you. Now let's see if I'm doing the right thing or not. Okay, snuck behind him. How much help am I wanting? Oh yeah, you can backseat it as much as you want to. In fact, I would, at points, we can give chat full control. It'd be fun, I think. We'll play by ear, depending on how chat's feeling. If you guys want to take full control, backseat the heck out of this one. I don't care. I heard a Caterpie. I forgot they added the Pokemon cries in this. That was such a cool touch. I remember thinking, like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Now we have Pokemon that, like, roam and move around. Alright, so, a Metapod. You know, I am going to put this one to the chat. So I love Metapod because of, you know, what comes next with Butterfree, with all the different status affecting moves like Sleep Powder, and my gosh, I'm blanking on the names, but basically all the status inflicting moves. So what do you say we catch Metapod? You want to? Want to not? Let me know in the chat. I'll go ahead and, yep, Stun Sport. Thank you so much. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and hope that a bubble won't kill it. Or faint it. No? Okay, we have a no. If not, catch. Oh yeah, absolutely, that's a good point. Take advantage of the better IVs and EVs that way, and yeah, I agree with you. Always better to level up versus catching them in an evolved state. If that is the case, I'm gonna go ahead and run and hope for a Caterpie. Thank you, Teeth. Catch carry. Well, as soon as you can point out a carry, we'll catch them. You just want to be difficult. Well, okay, wow, look at that. Look at that. The very next one. Thank you, Teeth. I think you did this. Alright, we'll go ahead and catch this one. Alright, let's see. This one's like half of my... Let's see. Do I take the chance with doing another tackle? What do you think? I think so. Because it looks like it only did less than half damage, so... But of course, it'll be the one time that I get a critical hit. Teeth, I see you. Yes, let's do it. Now, string shot, watch, I'm going to just miss it altogether. Oh, wait, that's right. Speed fell. There we go. Alright, cool. We'll go ahead and catch this one. Alright, chat. Ready your numbers. I think we're going to catch this one. I'm going to go ahead and write mine down and stop looking at chat for a second. Alright, go ahead and throw those numbers down in the chat. And whoever's closest, although at this point I think we've had several lead. Oh, we're still at 10 viewers. Nice, okay. I'm holding up. What's up, Teeth? I've already got my number, so pick a number between 1 and 100. Whoever's closest to that number or gets the number correct. I'm looking at the wrong spot. Whoever gets that number or the closest to it is the one who gets to nickname the Pokemon. We're trying to keep them somewhat G-rated, but, you know. If I get the number right, can I save my naming for a different Pokemon? Interesting. I like it. I can do that. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'll just, it'll be dealer's choice, so I'll pick the name. Yeah, I'm fine with that, Teeth. You may be the only one You may be the only one picking a number, so you may be the closest by default. So drop your numbers in chat, and we'll get going. I'll try to see if there's gonna be more than one. Oh, we got one more. Oh, we got another number. So Teeth, if you drop your number down there, or did you already? Let me look. You haven't yet. Okay. Thank you, Danny. 18 and 17. I'll give it a couple more seconds here, see if we got any more in the chat. Teeth. Gotta add that one, huh? Always good to have familiars in the chat. Always a lot of fun. All right, so it looks like I think that's going to be our last number. All right. The number was 45. I think you can probably see that. Let's see. Let me lower it just a little bit. So Teeth, it's yours. All right, so you want to name a Gyarados, a lot of teeth. Okay, so if I happen to catch a Gyarados, which I don't, is there a place where you can? I don't think you can, even with a super rod, but regardless, that means we're gonna have a Magikarp that we have to level up to Gyarados. So I guess that could be a pretty fun dynamic. Magikarp it is. All right, so I will name Caterpie. Guess I'm just gonna have to nickname it. I know what to do. So since this was the one that you won, but you're deferring to a later Pokemon, I'm gonna name this Pokemon the Pokemon that you chose. So I remember, whoops, there we go. So that way I remember which one that I owe you a name for. So we have a Caterpie named Gyarados. You're welcome. Ooh, chat, it's 10:51. Where has time gone, man? We still got 8 people in here. We're up to 16 followers. Nice. Again, Teeth, thank you so much. Dude, no. Teeth, nah. There's no such thing as too much fun. Alright. Seriously? Okay. Looks like we're just going to get Caterpies all in a row here, but I'm going to go ahead and run from this one. We're already double its level. Hey! I'm going to try, and I'm awful with names. Hugh? Let me know if I got it right. But hi. Welcome in. Awesome, awesome. I love it when I can guess it right. It doesn't. Yeah, I'm horrible with names as it is. So Hugh, welcome in. This is actually my first stream, so thank you so much for popping by. We are playing a little Pokemon Fire Red tonight, obviously. Like Hugh Jackman or Hugh Laurie. Ah, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Humongous. Ah, I see. Man, I was piecemealing that out too much. I'm just gonna go ahead and run. Oh, that's right, I'm in trainer battle. Lord. That's what happens when I get too caught up in chat. This ADD is just out of control tonight. But here, we've done a little bit of chatting here. What's your favorite Pokemon? And while you're thinking over that, we are doing one thing. Oh, I know it's a tough one. It's seriously, it is a difficult question, especially now with so many. W first stream, top off work in the morning. You too, Angel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great night as well. Thank you so much again for hanging out. Really do appreciate you. You have a great night. But so to catch you up, so what we're doing here is we are playing through, but to name Gengar. Yes. I was just saying earlier, in the first few playthroughs of Pokemon Red, back when I was like 8 years old, Ghost and Psychic were my two just favorites, so I feel that. But to kind of catch you up, so each Pokemon that we catch, basically the name will go to someone in chat. I'm going to think of a number between 1 and 100, and I'll write it down, and then once chat gets in all their numbers, I'll scroll through them, pick it, whichever one either got it or is closest, and that person gets to nickname the Pokemon. So that's kind of the one thing that we're doing so far as like randomness. Other than that, you're pretty much caught up just knowing that we're in Viridian Forest and we're almost through it. So other than that, not a whole lot else has gone on. Well, we do have a Caterpie named Gyarados. So the person who won the naming for Caterpie deferred their name until they get a Gyarados, and they want to name it. I'm going to go ahead and out you here, a lot of teeth. And yeah, so in order to remember that, I just went ahead and named Caterpie Gyarados. So now we have a Caterpie named Gyarados. Awesome, awesome. Number 14 for the next one, okay. Oh, you know what? If I know ahead of time, that's going to influence my... So I'm going to pick something probably far away from that. Maybe number 14. Who knows? But once we catch one, yeah, we'll go from there. As soon as it looks like we're going to catch one, I'll ask you guys to drop your numbers in the chat, and we'll go from there. That's okay. Hugh, no worries, man. You're jumping in kind of in the middle of it, so it'll take a second to catch up. It's not a big deal. Alright, finally through the Viridian Forest. Awesome, that'll work just fine. Alright, let me catch up on something here in chat. There we go. There we go. I have lost my chat that I had open on my phone. 1 second here and I'll get that pulled back up. Twitch is being angry with me on my phone and I want to be able to keep up with what you guys are saying, so bear with me for a minute while I get it back up and running. So if I don't see something, you know why I'm not ignoring you. There we go. Okay, quick idea. Why not use a number generator from Google? Yeah, that's a good point. I could do that too. Yeah, I'll do that. That's a good idea. Randomizes a little bit more. I like that. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Hugh. Appreciate that. I'll go ahead and use that the next time. The only benefit I could think of writing one would be that since I am monitoring chat on my phone, actually, you know what? I do have a smart device here. I could just ask it to come up with a random number. It is a Google, so it'll work too. Awesome. Thank you so much for the idea, Hugh. I appreciate it. All right, we've made it to Pewter City in one piece. Hugh, I need to tell you something funny. Between Pallet Town and Viridian City, I decided I was going to catch a Pidgey and almost got knocked out by said Pidgey on my first stream. You know how embarrassing that would be? Your first stream. And you white out right there? No, that's not good. It is easier, yeah, you're right. Alright, so we're all healed up. And honestly, for the life of me, I can't remember what level Rock's Pokemon are at. I know, Hugh, you're newer in here, so I'll catch you up. I loved Pokemon Red growing up, and Pokemon Violet coming out that much more because it was getting to relive that all over again. But yeah, it's been so long since I've played this game. Like I honestly, I don't. With most Pokemon games, I play them through multiple times. For some reason, Fire Red, despite being one of those games that I absolutely loved, I never played it again. So this is my second playthrough. And the first one was when the game came out, basically. So it's nice to kind of get back into that. Let's see. I've done Nuzlocke non-streamed where I lost the first rival fight because I fast forward. Yep. In there, dude, that's awful. Oh, and on Nuzlocke too, you know? Yeah, that sucks. At that point, you basically just have to start over, right? I mean, depending on how many Pokemon you have, but you're at pretty high risk of losing your starter, especially with, like, if you went Charmander or something. The first gym being Brock. That's a risky ball game there. I've never actually played a Nuzlocke. Maybe that's something that one day I'll do on stream. That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. It adds a new layer of, yeah. If you lose the a tutorial fight, you can continue. Oh, okay, gotcha. So if you just lose the tutorial, that wouldn't count against you. Okay, cool. Nuzlocke usually starts when you get Pokemon. Oh, okay, cool. See, that's something I didn't know. I didn't know that it starts off, you know, after that. Because I was thinking, like, in my head, I was like, man, that would really suck to, like, just start out, get the starter you want and everything, and then, yeah. Man. Let's see. So I want to, you know what, I'm just going to pull up real quick what level Brock's Pokemon are at. So I won't be able to see the chat for just a second. I'm just curious if we're anywhere in the ballpark, because if we are, then we'll just go all out on the first stream, and we'll just go straight to the gym and just go for it. Let's see, Rock, Fire, Red, Pokemon levels. And I know that I mentioned this to Teeth earlier. Hugh, backseating is welcome. So if you want to guide or have a suggestion or anything like that, hop on in there, man. I appreciate it. Let's see, Brock's Pokemon levels. Here we go. Level 12 and level 14. Geodude is 12, Onyx is 14. Alright, I'm coming back to where I can see chat. When you randomize, you might get something awesome like an Alakazam or something. Like Whirlpool. That would suck. It would be nice to get something awesome as a starter, but dude, I don't have the luck for that. I really don't. I would end up with, like, yeah, like with a Whirlpool. Or a Silicone or a Metapod that knows Harden, and that's it. That's just, you know, that's my luck. So, our Pokemon are currently pretty underleveled. We got Pidgey at level 3. We just literally caught him. Someone picked the name Blue. I want to say that was, I think that was Daddy Stingray that picked Blue. Gyarados was picked by Teeth. Or, well, sorry, that was my IOU for Gyarados. So he's going to pick the name for a Magikarp or Gyarados. And I nicknamed Caterpie Gyarados to help me remember, because, you know, I'd like to have a Butterfree, just because of all the different status changing moves. And then our starter is Squirtle, nicknamed Tinkershell by someone in the chat. It's allowed. You can walk around with trainers before Brock. Yeah, that's fair. I could do that. I'm going to go ahead and hop into that gym. That's a really good suggestion. First, I can't remember if I saved this Pokemon Center or not because ADD. We're going to go ahead and do it again if we haven't already. And then we'll save the game. Make sure we get that progress logged. And then I'm going to go ahead and head to the gym and mess around with some of the other trainers. Caterpie evolves Metapod level 5. Yeah, that's not far off. I forget those bug types are just, they evolve and go through their evolved forms so fast. Get my bearings back about me here. There we go. Alright. I would say you should train before you go in. Alright. like I said, backseating is welcome. I was just gonna do it for the heck of it. But we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of training first. What we will do, I know flying is weak to rock, so we will go ahead. Well, I think bug is too. Let me know in the chat. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty. But I'm gonna go ahead and swap in. I'm gonna go ahead and swap in Caterpie, level him up a little bit, and we'll go from there. Probably not the best idea to do it here though, with the higher levels, and especially not against the Pidgey. So, you wanna get swept by the first guy? Preferably not. Preferably not. I was hoping that with the Squirtle up front, I may be able to at least squeeze some type advantage out, but yeah, no thanks. Don't want to get swept. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and swap out, so we don't have to keep going back and forth between the Pokemon Center. Although I imagine that's probably how this is gonna end up. What I may do is off stream, I may kind of go in and like level up some of these Pokemon, so that way we don't have to do so much of the grinding on stream, and it's more like just kind of going through the story mode on stream. Again, first stream, so kind of learning as I go here. What do I need? Oh, water's weak against flying. Goodness gracious, I am so rusty. That's all right though. It was a critical hit. Who knew? Luck's on my side tonight. Tinkershell. All right, we got a little bit of experience there. Yep, that's the plan here. Hopefully we'll quit running into Pidgey. Dang, it is a level 2. It gives me a little bit better advantage, but I just gonna have to just swap out and I think let Tinkershell handle it. We'll see if we can get magic twice. Wow. So for some reason I was thinking that the... Alright, that's a little too close for me. Really not trying to go back to the Pokemon Center. I know that going back and forth during the middle of a stream is... yeah, not what you want. Ah, Hugh, what's your plan B? Let's hear it. I don't mind the grind, but if you have some suggestions, I'm always open for that. Again, I probably am gonna grind a little bit off of stream, so we don't have to like sit through this over and over again on stream while we go through the playthrough. Oh, looks like we got another follower. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Alright, another Pidgey. Back at the EXP swapping again. Oh, crud. And I just swapped into blue. That's alright. We'll just give these two the experience and hope for the best. And swap out if we need to. Nuzlocke's use level caps. Action replayer game shark. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, that's a good option too. Hugh, you're selling me on a Nuzlocke. I think that would be a lot of fun. I think for a future stream after we beat this this game, I think that's gonna be something we do because that just sounds like a lot of fun. A lot less grindy too, so 100% on board with that. We'll go ahead and swap out here to Tinkershell and get this thing finished. Danny, I just saw your yay. Thank you. Although at this point I don't know what it was for, but thank you. Alright. I forgot how long it takes to grind through these first few. I will be doing a lot more grinding than I thought off stream, but it'll be worth it. Let's see, make sure my chat is updating. It looks like it froze on me. There we go. Again, those of you that are still here, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. We are kind of nearing in on that 11:30 time frame that I will be stopping. So we got about 20 minutes left. So I'm going to do a little bit more grinding here. Probably a little joking around. Maybe catch a Pokemon if we come across something. And maybe we can get another one in chat, and another one in our lineup named by chat by the end of the night. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been a blast. Man, first stream, first raid, all on the same night. I can't ask for much more than that. Thank you guys so much. Again, T, thank you. I think you may have had to drop off, but I really appreciate you in case you see this. Man, it always throws me off whenever I see Gyarados now. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. Okay, we'll go ahead and swap. Put in Tinkershell. Tinkershell's such a cool name. That was a good one. Yeah, it is so much fun. This part, however, the grindy part of this, man, that's probably, I would say, the only problem with doing a Pokemon stream is the grinding, right? Because then you gotta find, you know, something to chat about while we just, you know, grind through. So, yeah. But luckily, we can kind of catch some Pokemon along the way. Have some fun naming them. In fact, let's go back through Viridian Forest. I remember, Ashley, I think you mentioned, and I remember Pikachu is in Viridian Forest in Pokemon Red. So we're going to play around in Viridian Forest a little longer while we're grinding. See if we can't find a Pikachu, because my 3-year-old's day would be made, and we're all about that. Right, Danny? Alright, let's see. Whoa! I am so not used to this microphone being here. So I moved the microphone. Originally it was sitting up kind of by the monitor, but it wasn't picking up my voice that clear, so I ended up moving it a little closer, but I still haven't adjusted to where it's at. Ran a couple of test streams, and yeah, this is all new. Of course, I had to change on the day of the stream, so because apparently I don't like myself and wanted to throw in another layer of challenge on a first stream. I'm not going to keep grinding here and risk it, so we'll just throw in Tinkershell to get the finish. And we'll split some HP and be on our way. Maybe you'll heal up a little bit and get back to it. See if we can grind and find a Pikachu. Alright, there we go. Level 5. HP's at 19, attack at 7, defense and special defense and speed are its strengths. Good to know. Interesting for a bug to have such high defense compared to the rest of its stats. Oh, okay. Looks like Caterpie's not quite evolving at level 5. I digress. We'll keep pushing on forward. It may be like 6 or 7. It's been so dang long since I played Pokemon Red or Pokemon Fire Red that I can't remember it. Maybe next time I'm gonna have a tablet with me, and I'll keep kind of tabs on this, so we know at least like what level they evolve at and how much grinding we're gonna have to do. But of course, if anyone has any ideas, I know we got about 15 minutes left in the stream. Feel free to drop ideas in the chat. Otherwise, we'll sit here and happily grind our way to the end of the night. Again, though, those of you that are left in here, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been an absolute blast. Transparent here, was very nervous for my first stream, and the community here has just made it the best. So, thank you so much. And then also Danny, my wife, that is also in the chat. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight, babe. I appreciate your support and you being here to initiate conversations and whatnot. We're gonna have to make you a mod. Oh, and if anyone is interested in being a mod, let me know. Because, yeah. Being new, I don't have any. So, if you want to be a mod, let me know. Shoot me a whisper. I think that's what the messages are called on Twitch. I'm gonna go ahead and run from this one and go heal. And then we'll come back into the Viridian Forest and do some more grinding, and hopefully, if we can pull let's see, we got 14 minutes left. It'd be great to pull out a Miracle and pull out a Pikachu. It'd be a shame if no one was here in the chat to name it, because then it's on me. I say that sarcastically. I would love to name the Pikachu. But totally willing to give it up if someone is. Alright, we're all healed up. Back to the grind. And back to it we go. It's funny, when I think of Viridian City now, or sorry, not Viridian City, but the Viridian Forest and all that, for some reason I don't ever think of the tone, like the tune from the game, neither the city nor the Viridian Forest. The first thing that pops in my head is the one from the anime soundtrack from like way back in the 90s. I think that thing came out with the anime back in like 1998 or 9, I think. Man, I'm old, but but yeah, the song that's like, we're on the road to Viridian City or something. We're on the road to Viridian City. Sorry for singing. I apologize. But that one, you know what I'm talking about? Some of you may recognize that. Okay, Weedle missed. Let's see if I can wrap this thing up. Prove that Caterpie, aka Gyarados, is the stronger of the two. I've always had a soft spot for Caterpie though. Always. Over Weedle, over all the bugs. Caterpie. Oh, and Venomoth. I do love those two. But yeah, I just really like Caterpie and the Caterpie line. Metapod, take your leave. But yeah. Ash, I'm so glad I'm not the only one singing that. Because, made me feel better. Got a little too comfortable here and started singing on Twitch. It's fun. Ash, we go we go way back though. So I remember talking about all those old songs back in the old forums. I want to say the first place I ever spoke with you, wasn't that back in like the Bulbapedia? No, it was Cerebi, wasn't it? The Cerebi forums? Friends ever since. Pokemon has seriously some of the best friendships of my life. The guy who was the best man at my wedding, and Ashley, the person who drove all the way from freaking Ohio to see me and my wife get married in Louisiana. Seriously, can't ask for any better. The Cerebi, yep. Yep, I thought it was Cerebi. Man. I haven't thought about that forum in forever. I wonder if it's... Yeah, I bet it's still going. I wonder if our old accounts are still open. I think yours was like Butterknife or something. Wasn't it? Am I wrong? I don't remember mine. I straight up don't. I think it may have been like Blade or Ray. I think. Because that Beyblade, Ray was my favorite character on Beyblade. I think that was my name. I can't remember for the life of me anymore. Getting too old, obviously, forgetting all this stuff. Alright, 10 minutes left in our stream. Let's see if we can get lucky. Catch a Pikachu. Grind out our Pokemon up to some respectable levels before our next stream. I think those were our screen. Yeah, I know, I don't either. But I think I remember yours being... Yeah, I think yours was Butterknife, because I remember the reason it sticks out to me even now is because it was knife with a Y instead of an I. I think. Unless I'm just completely wrong, I don't know. But that's what I remember. Hey, what's up? Obviously, Linux. I'm horrible with names, so if I got it wrong, let me know. But what's up? Welcome in. We're playing Pokemon Red. We're actually... Let's see. We've got 9 minutes left. Oh, like the operating system. Gotcha. Okay, Linux. Obviously, Linux 1. Love it. You a Linux guy? Obviously. Brian, awesome. Oh, Brian, what's up, dude? How are you? Thanks for popping by. We're just doing a little bit of late night grinding. I've got about 8 minutes left before we're wrapping up the stream for tonight, but I appreciate you stopping by. Streaming and recording videos on YouTube. That's awesome, dude. You streaming too? Heck yeah, man. When do you stream next?